Hello, brick builders. How you doing? Sunday live workshop time. I asked my youngest daughter last week what she would like for me to do this week, and she said flowers. And I figured that was very appropriate considering that it is almost springtime here. We had a little snowstorm yesterday, but it's all melting now. It's wonderful. And the blooms are coming up. I have crocuses and stuff, and they're coming up and blooming. So I figured that was a perfect opportunity to talk about building flowers. And we're going to try to build some Lego-like flowers. And my oldest daughter challenged me to try to make a flower that actually blooms. I did a little tinkering this morning and came up with something that works. So I'm going to show you that later. First, I'm going to go to my bins. I've already picked out some flower kind of colors and pieces. I'm going to grab some clips and some other stuff out of my bins, and then we can get started. I'm looking for a particular type of bar. The hexagonal ones with all the different types of connectors on it. Let's see if I can find something in here. Ooh, we might use those. That's an interesting idea. Maybe that will work too. Let's see. There we go. It's always hard to find stuff in black because black on black on black. All right, I'm going to switch you down to the table and we will get started. Let's get this. I think that's good there. Almost. Oh, I have my camera backwards. That's what's wrong. And now you're upside down. Give me a moment. Give me a moment here. Camera problems. There we go. That's better. All right. Pull you back a little bit more just to get you adjusted. There we go. Okay. So we've got lots of different plant kind of pieces from Lego as it is. And if you didn't hear, Lego's making their new plant pieces out of a plant-based plastic, which is going to be cool. So we got those. Now I see something I want to talk about first is maybe not just putting them like that. Like if we have our plants like this up in the air, that would be cool. And one thing not to discount are these. We've already got lots of really nice colored flower pieces for Lego, and maybe we won't build them just like they normally do, but we could use them for different things like stamens. That's the middle of the flowers. I might get a little technical because I used to be, well, I shouldn't say used to be. My education is actually botany, which is studying plants. Now, is this close enough for you? Because I could always change it. There. So we can use things like these little pieces for the middle of our flowers. But something like that. Oh, and here's a tip that it's kind of a little pet peeve. When people put the flower on upside down, a lot of people do that with the flower. It's actually got a stud on it, and the stud's supposed to go up. But anyway, that's just a silly little thing. And then you get a nice little piece of greenery popping up in the middle. Anyway, so let's start by grabbing a couple of clips and making just a straight up little flower. This is what I was talking about with the black bar, the octagonal black bar. We can put clips on the outside and we can make the base of our flower from that. So I'll grab some gray clips because I just happen to have them out already today. So if we do that, we're going to put one maybe every second. So put one there and we'll put one there. If I can find enough, maybe I'll dump these out so I can find them easier. There. Finding pieces is always the part that takes the longest, right? Okay, I'm going to dump these out, make it a little bit quicker for myself. And less boring for you. Now, definitely use some brighter colors than what I'm using. I just know I have a lot of these in this color, which is why I'm using them like that. Now, you could flip them upside up like that. But, I mean, we should always flip them over and make them look even better, right? So if we put stud sides out, then we can decorate the outside. And let's see what we got for shaping parts. Let's go for, well, here's a really simple thing we can do. We'll do this first. We'll take some palm branches and we can use that to create like the big outside of the flower, like the greenery part, right? We can get that shaped too. So we can have it shaped like that. And if you wanted to enclose it, you could just enclose it up and open up your flower. So then if we had another one of these, we can slowly build that out. So maybe we will do that. That sounds like a good plan. So we will take another bit of a green in here. And what do we got for, we don't have a lot for green round plates. But, is that too big? Oh, that won't be too big. I don't think. Let's see if we can fit that on. It doesn't want to fit. How come it doesn't want to fit? This one doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Oh, I see. It's broken underneath. So what about that? That's a nice start. I think it might be too big, though. I think that might be too big. We need something like that big. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Well, it's something like this. Can use that, and then that will stop these from going up too high. We'd have to make this a really big plant, though. Do we have any smaller palm leaves? That'd be good. There we go. We'll switch out to those. They're smaller for us. And there. That's better. We'll do that size. I'm going to move the camera back a bit because I'm getting out of frame here. There we go. That's probably better. I have all these cords and technology in the way. There. There we go. So there's that. Now what can we do? We can start maybe adding something like this in. And I'm putting these on opposite I'm going to put them in a square. I'm not trying to build any particular kind of flower. I'm just letting my imagination go and looking at the pieces that we have. Maybe like that. That's pretty cool. That's working. There. Oop, that clip broke off. There we go. There's something like that. And then we want to bring like a shape up here somehow. How are we going to do that? What kind of shape can we use for that? What about some... Well, clips are usually my favorite thing, and I can see where we can anchor them right there. So let's do that. We have, like I said, I only have gray out right now. So put these bags out of the way. If we put our clips like that, right, we have a spot for them now. And this is kind of completely coincidental, but it looks good. So there we go. We got that locked in. We got those down. So that's neat. Now we got that shape of a flower is kind of hard to do in Lego because it's rounded over. I wonder, I was just looking at these thinking, I wonder if I can do anything with them. I don't know. I don't know if that would work or not. I don't think, it would take a little bit of planning on that one. We could do slopes. Slopes might work. That would be interesting. So if we took our two slope pieces and had them tilt up, that wouldn't look too bad. I don't know how we'd connect them yet, but we can find some way, I'm sure. We take a plate and bring them over. They might be too big. I think they are. I think that'd be too big. Oh, we got these. That would work. I'm just grabbing in my blue here. I don't have it sorted, so it's hard to find everything in there that I would like. Best sound in the world, that one. Okay. Let's dig through it. And here, well, that one's got a sticker on it. That's not useful. There we go. So what about that? Would that work? We need something to round over the bottom with, though. And that's probably too big to round over the bottom with. So let's see. What about... This is trickier than I thought it was going to be honest. I thought this would be pretty easy. But it's proving much more difficult. Okay, so actually, I know what we can do. I have a plan. Let me go grab some wing pieces. What about some wing pieces? Again, I'm just grabbing gray, but use some nice colors in here, and maybe we can do that. Put a clip on there and have it folding. I should say a bar, not a clip. Let me dump another bag of Lego out. Bars and clips are great for trying to get different curves and stuff because they you can move them wherever you need them. So if we do that, I don't know if we want the studs pointed out or in at this point, but we can do this for now. put these so that the studs are pointing outwards. Okay, and let's see. We'll put our wing piece on. Doop, 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 doop. And these might fold up nicely together. Oh. Let's pull that off and do it that way. There we go. And one more. So will that fold up? It should have folded up. Why? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So there's something. It looks more like a Venus flytrap at this point. So maybe we'll try to pretty it up a bit. We'll put the another green round just to hold those all in there in the middle. But that definitely looks like a Venus flytrap, doesn't it? So there we go. Today's workshop is on building Venus flytraps, which are a type of flower, technically. Okay. So what if we start using some different colors in here to try to shape that up a bit? Let's see. What do you think about that down there? Now, will that still open up a little bit? Is that going to work for us? They said all the time, this is what designing is about, just trying different things out and seeing if they're going to work. So that's not going to work, I don't think. Maybe there. And do we have more of those? It'd be nice if we had 4 of those. I don't know. Now, is that going to work? I don't know. I think it might be too far out, eh? Let's see. Oh, I think we're going to run out of those. So let's keep shaping this side anyways. And make that look as pretty as we can. I'm kind of limited on our colors here. So maybe I'll have to go try to find a different color that we have more of. Maybe a blue flower. We should have a lot in blue or red. We'll go with red. How does that sound? We got lots of those. Or we could do white. We've got lots of white. I don't have much in the way of pinks or anything. That would be nice if I had some. Looking for more red plates. Just hold on a second. Oh, I just thought of something that would be neat. If you could, if you had a lot of these pieces, without the stickers on them, of course, that would make a really neat flower. These ones in here. If you had those, that would sort of looks like a tulip, like that. Anyway, let's see here. We got more of these too, and that. Oh, let's do that right now. That looks fantastic. Here. We're gonna actually scrap what we were working on, because this will work in this. Oh yeah, here we go. Take those off. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. You might think I'm too excited about this. But I think that Look at that. Perfect. What happens when you go exploring for pieces because you can't find what you're looking for. There we go. There we go. There is a very simple but pretty looking flower. Huh. Look at that. Very nice. We're going to want to, yeah, do that. We're going to want to make sure it doesn't fall apart. But yeah, there we go. So that is our first flower. And then I'm going to try to build out our flower that we can get to. Oh, what happened here? I think something went the wrong way, did it? No. No. There. There we go. So I was talking about, yeah, look at that. It opens up just perfect too. I was talking about these parts in here for the stamen. So you can put that in and put a different color in the middle. And just to go against what I said, I'll put them upside down. There we go. Put the flower in upside down. Ah! And then everything goes flying. And we get a very pretty flower. Yeah, perfect. So we'll want to take some plates, and strengthen that in there. But we have a flower. Look at that. Very nice. All right. So we're going to take this idea and I'm going to apply that to the flower that I wanted to open up and see if we can get that working. Okay, let me clear this mess out of the way. So I'll show you the prototype I was working on. I was playing around with this morning, seeing if I could get it to work. And as I said, I had all my gray out because this is what I was doing. So if we push this axle right here, okay, it's going to hopefully open our flower petals. And there we go. We got all our flower petals opening up at the same time. So all that is this is like a plunger, and we have some inverted slopes. And as those inverted slopes get pushed, they all open up together, because when I designed this, I'm going to take it apart and show you exactly how I worked it, but they will all open up at the same time. Okay. So let's go right at this. Just tear it right down so you can see. So I started with these two round plates, 4x4 round plates. And I knew I wanted it to be about that big. So the first step again was to use those clips that I used. So I staggered these. And after I did that, I needed to lock them down, of course, because if you don't lock them down, they're just going to snap off instead of doing their job. So then it was a matter of using these 1x2 curved slopes and putting them down. And that will be enough strength to lock those in. Now, I'm thinking it might have been better to use one of these in the middle, and then we could have done what we did in the other flower, is put a little stamen in the middle. So maybe that's a point that you could improve on. So after, oh, we covered our hole. Oh my goodness. That wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all, was it? We didn't want to do that. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. So how did we have these earlier? I think like so? No, I can't remember. Okay, so where's our plunger? So we needed our plunger to go down here. I think we might have had them like so. So they were pointed out that way. Yeah, that was it. We had them like that. There we go. That's how I did it. And then this goes on the side so we don't cover the hole. Right? Right. Exactly. Okay. Now we can put our plunger down. Now, when those come in and the plunger goes up, we'll put these on here so you can see what the action is going to be. The excitement of the blooming flower. Okay, here we go. So then if we push up the flower, the clips move out of the way, right? See that? So that is going to be our blooming flower action. Okay, so if we steal these off this one, I'm going to see if we can get this to work with that. There. Oh, I don't know. It might be too big. We will see. Oh, and it wants to break off. So we're definitely going to have to work on securing that. So far, so good, though. So far, so good. There. That leaves a little bit of a hole in the middle. I think we're going to have to, yeah. So these now are already too far apart because these are so big that they leave a big gap in the middle. So we can do this, but we'll have to make these come further out, which is actually good because then we can secure the clips in here. So let's do that. We'll get some plates and secure those. One moment. Red plates, where are you? We got those, and we got these. Okay. Another bin. So we don't have to. There we go. Now we will put this one on here. So we're going to fill that gap. And we'll lock it in with a 2x3. And we'll fill that gap with a 2x2 and lock that in with a 2x3. Rinse and repeat. And there we go. That is done. Now, we flip this upside down. And we'll see if that spacing is going to work for us. I don't think it matters too much where you put these inverted slopes, so long as they are being pushed by the plunger. So let's see. How does that work? Does that work better? So we almost have, if you look at that, we have about a stud. I bet you if we took a brick, we could just pass it right through there. We took that. Yeah, we could just pop a brick right down there. That's interesting. All right. We'll bring that together. We'll hold this and we'll push and see how far it opens up for us. Oh, that's pretty good. Do we want to go further? I think it might be a wise plan to go further. Maybe we should change those slopes out to red slopes. That would be nice. So maybe we'll go with just do one more thickness of a 2x3. We'll put our inverted slopes back on. And then we'll test this spacing. Sometimes the only thing you can do is just keep testing until it works. I don't think so. That leaves us a great big gap in the middle. We do not like that, do we? Not at all. Not at all. So no. Definitely not. Definitely not. 1 was good. 2 was bad. 1 was good. 2 was bad. But the action worked, so I wonder if a bigger gear would work better in the middle for us. I wanted to show you something about these gears too. If you've ever noticed, there's holes in the middle of these gears, and it just so happens that you can fit a rod down there. So if you wanted to use that to make your stamens in the middle, you could definitely do that by putting those in. And I didn't know that until today, but it looks very good. Okay, so let's see here. Whoa, we forgot our plungers, or our inverted slopes. We need something for the plunger to push against. There. So what about that? And we'll see how far this pushes apart. It opens up a little bit. Sort of about as much as a tulip opens up. Tulip would open up about that much, I would think. And this is looking kind of like a tulip. And one thing I don't like here is we have this big gap in the middle. And I think we can solve that actually, because there are some curved pieces that fit kind of right there. I'm going to go look and see if I can find them real quick. There we go. It helps to have your Lego a little bit organized to get into everything. So there's these ones that fit right there, but there's another one. I don't know if I have any in red, but there's another one that looks like that. There we go. It looks like that. And if I had enough of them, I could go all the way around. And I don't know if I have enough. I get 1, 2, and that is it. I only have 2 of those. So we'll do it with 2 so you can see the effect anyway. So let's take this off for now. We will put that there. I think this is going to work perfect. There. Oh, yeah. Way better. There we go. That is looking fantastic. And this, of course, is the opposite side. Okay. You can't always have the parts you need all the time, but you get the idea with that, right? It totally looks like a flower. Yeah, beautiful flower petal. Yeah, that works great. I don't know if you could cover up the bottom here of this, probably by bringing a plate out from under this section, maybe. That might block it. But we're definitely getting what looks like a flower there. That's wonderful. Okay. So let's go back to what we were doing. We're going to build this out a bit more now. And we already brought out. Now, we might have to change where our inverted slopes are this time because we are definitely building out further than we were before. So let's see which one had our thing. There it is right there. Okay. So if we put a single 1x2 plate there, we put two 2x2 plates, and that will equal the thickness of that brick. And then a 2x4. Yeah, it's really out far. Like way out too far. So we really would like our inverted brick to be kind of up further. Like much further. Like up here, I would say. So let's look at how we could do that. I think there's an easy solution here. There we go. I'm going to take this plate off. And we're going to put a plate, maybe a 2x4 up there, up that way. And that'll give us a spot to mount our inverted slope. Okay. Brick separators to the rescue. There we go. Okay. So there's our thing intact. We put this like so. We put that like so. And we mount our inverted slope. Where did they go? I had them right here, and now they disappeared on me. Where did my inverted slope go? We will just grab some more. I have them on the table right beside me. Okay. Oh, no, we want it here, right? Yes, we do. So if we close all those up, our rods are getting in the way. We'll have to take those out. We'll have to come up with a different solution for our stamens too. I'm just curious if that looks bigger than a stud, I think. That would be interesting. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's bigger than a stud. But we might be able to bring an axle up and put a cylinder on that. That would work. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this one and see if it's going to push out far enough. It does. It's actually maybe not even as far as we would like. I'm just going to put another plate in for spacing and see. Let's see now. All right, so we push it up. Well, one of the problems is it's sliding to the side. It's going like that. We want it going up straight. But I think that will open up enough. It's going up straight. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. That works. So to get this to go up straight, I had put another plate like that, and that will keep the rod from wanting to wiggle if we can lock those two in place, because it'll give a guide for the axle to go up and down. If you noticed, I had these on the side, which I thought kind of looked like leaves on the bottom of the flower, or something similar. I'm going to take some more red, just because it happens to be right here, and I don't want to have the whole workshop me running around looking for pieces. And as always, bins are your friend. Bags are great for storing Lego, but bins help a lot in finding the pieces. You just pour out the bag and there's all your pieces. Okay, there we go. We got what we wanted. We'll take those, and I'm not going to go looking for red clips because I have the gray ones right here. So I'm taking one of these, I guess, eyelet pieces or ring pieces, whatever you want to call them, with the plate on them, and putting one of those on each of these red curved slopes. And you are going to see how we're going to lock that other plate in. So we need 8. How many do we have? Oh, there's the rest. 6, 7. 1, 2. Oh, no, we got 8. We're good. We're good. So we're going to take this part off. And in these holes, and where they accept the stud, we're going to take these and line it around. Like so. And this, incidentally, already looks like a flower. So if you wanted to create a flower that way, just by itself, or it looks like the sun, you can go and just use that to do that. I'm going to put this round plate here with the axle hole in it down, just to close any gaps. And then I'm going to take this one upside down and put it on, if it will work with me here. Work with me. Where is it? It's going to go on. Oh, I know it's going to go on. At least I think it's going to go on. I had it on before. How come it doesn't want to go on now? Oh, I just noticed. That was on backwards. There we go. Why is that? It's being very stubborn. It's going to go. Come on. Work with me. Huh. It doesn't want to go. I know it goes. You know what it might be? It might be that this one is not pressed down enough. Oh, that's exactly what it is. Okay. It's that one not pressed down enough. So I'm going to actually lock that in there. Oh, well, no wonder. It's all chewed up. That's no good. So we'll put that like that. That's why it wasn't working. I knew it couldn't be my design. Right? Right, exactly. Okay. There. That's what it was supposed to do. We got it now. Okay. After all that pushing and shoving, we kind of put our build out of alignment in here. Okay, so there we go. Now, I don't have any of these in a different color. I just have gray. But it would be nice if you had a different color. So let's look again and see what happens. Yeah, it works. You have to push this one up way up. I don't like that. So let's put that there. Try that again. Now everything's binding up. I think this is out too far. That is definitely out too far. We're going to have to find something to do with that because now it's that extra plate made it out too far. Why don't we just not secure that? See if that'll work. We'll bring these up. So I think what's happening is the higher we go, if it's curving, then it's going to bind more and more. So I don't think we can go any higher. I think we're going to have to go that height there, and that's it. That is it. Okay. But this is working now. That's looking great. So it pops open. We have our flower blooming. Okay, so that was my proof of concept. Next, I wanted to see if there was some way to have it in like a flower pot or something and turn it and have it pushing up here with another plunger, like a plunger pushing that maybe, or even on a worm gear that's turning. I turn this direction and it pushes that way. And there is a way to do that. Find my bag of gears. I might have already had them over here for that other piece. Yes, I did. There we go. So if we have two axles connected this way, so as we turn one, the other one turns. You see that? So these are the bevel gears, which are rounded over so they connect on an angle. I'm trying to think if we have this on one side that we can turn, and then it turns this one, and then we're going to have a worm gear connected somewhere that transfers that turning power. Well, actually, there might be an easier way. There might be an easier way. I think there is an easier way. We have these pieces. There we go. So if we connect these onto a plate like this, and we turn it, it's going to want to move that up and down. That's interesting. So we could have this somehow, if we turn that, it's going to push this up, right? Turn this gear, it's going to push that up. So the trick of this is going to be mounting this here so that it can move freely up and down. And it might be too big for our mechanism right now. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we don't need to go very far, obviously. because when we push it open, it only pushes open not even half the width of this. So that would work. So maybe that is something I will tinker with after the workshop, because believe it or not, an hour is almost up. So I will do more on this and post a video later showing how to get this part plunging up to push our flower open. And if I can add like a twisting motion, that would be really neat, so that our flower pot or whatever, we twist it, and in that way it plunges the blooming flower up. That is it for today's workshop. There was a whole lot in there. I hope you were able to take something away from it, and if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. I can make individual videos on anything if there's something that you need to be explained visually. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope to see you next week. I have a request for doing helicopters next week. So I am going to try to do something a little different, because there's a whole lot of helicopter builds out there. But I'm going to see if we can make an air hog style helicopter. That's the type that kind of comes up off the ground with an axle and spins around. So we'll see if I can get that done. So thank you for sharing and subscribing and liking. Please continue to do so. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Keep dreaming in bricks. Bye-bye.